reckon we'll have a good one here today at Mill Farm. Fylde looking for a win that would push them in the direction of safety. Wanderers looking to maintain a healthy gap between themselves and trouble. There's only 6 points between 10 sides in the lower half of the table at the moment. Going on a run at this stage would just change the entire outlook, really, as we approach the halfway point of the season. Let's take a look at the teams then. Chris Beech is forced into a change in midfield. Danny Whitehead was sent off against Halifax on Tuesday and begins a suspension. It means an instant recall for the talented Nick Horton. There's also a change at fullback as Max Conway replaces Emeka Obi. Taylor O'Kane is one to look out for. The 18-year-old scored twice more on Tuesday and now has 4 goals in his first 12 league games. Dorking Wanderers selection problems have eased ever so slightly. Tony Craig returns to the back three while Niall McManus is back after suspension. But this is still very much a scratch side. Louis de Frankham among those playing out of position. And with Jason Pryor now injured, Alfie Rutherford leads the line. It's his second start since spending 14 months out of the game. Mark White says he's only 60% fit. The divisions is not to be sniffed at. There's been a lot of talk about so-called underdogs in the National League in recent years. We have 2 clubs that really do fit the bill here today. It's a really intriguing game. Kevin forward again here. Luke Sharman's shot crashing into a defender. Good start this from the home side as they come forward again with Horton, who scores the opening goal inside 2.5 minutes. Oh, you said he was a man to look out for, Kev. Nick Horton has given the Coasters an early lead here.
Well, yes, we said he was the one to watch, didn't we? We had a discussion beforehand, and that's a terrific strike off his left-hand side. It's been a really positive start from the home team. He receives the ball 25 yards out, comes into him. This is a nice little turn, and then he's only got one thing in mind. Can I drive into the box and get a shot off? And get a shot off, he does. We said he'd be disappointed that he was left out the other night. Maybe a little bit of a point to prove, but that's a terrific strike, and what a start for Fylde.
Oh, Nick Horton was the National League North Player of the Season, no matter what. There's free kick then. Be an opportunity, and there's the equaliser. 6 minutes on the clock. And Dorking Wanderers back level. James McShane on target from close range. An instant response from Mark Whiteside.
Well, it's a terrific response, isn't it? They've not been in the game this opening 6 minutes at all. The first chance they get, they've equalised. Unconvincing defending from Fylde, I have to say. Nodded back across goal. 2 players sucked around the ball. And James McShane just comes in on the far post, completely unopposed, nobody near him, and stabs it home, 1-all.
I'll talk about being in the right place at the right time. He's got forward well whenever he can, and is doing so here. Drives in the cross, Sharman's there, and Fylde lead. That's the goal that Luke Sharman wanted, his first since August, and it restores the Coasters' lead here with 31 minutes gone. The goal had been coming for Chris Beech's side, who have been on top, and Luke Sharman has made it count.
Well, it's a terrific Fylde goal. Both Connor Barrett and Max Conway from their fullback areas haven't been backwards in coming forwards in terms of when they have the ball. They've both been very direct down each side. And this time it's Connor Barrett, and I've got to say that's a wonderful ball in. And like all good forwards, Luke Sharman gets across the front. It's poor defending, there's not a red shirt in sight, but that's a big finish from a ball travelling at that sort of pace across the box. You've only got to divert it in, which is what he's done. Fylde lead 2-1.
Opportunity on the counter-attack here, led by Josh Kay, who has looked dangerous in this first half. It's opening up here for Nick Horton. Fylde looking for 3 and getting 3. Well, Nick Horton at the heart of it. 3 goals to 1. Chris Beech's side in the ascendancy now.
It's a wonderful goal. Fylde again. Dorking just getting caught out defensively. They're a little bit loose. 2 get drawn to the ball. That man Horton again on his own draws the defender. He's not offside, and when it comes in, that is an unerring finish into the bottom corner. It's a wonderful strike and a wonderful goal.
John Ustabashi gets his 8th in all competitions. Horton, the provider, and Fylde have themselves a little bit of breathing space more than anybody else. And they feel that was down to just not quite being at the tempo that they need to be in these games. As you can see, it's starting to come together for them as we head into winter. Here's Wanderers looking for a way back into the game and finding one. Josh Taylor somehow squeezing a shot past goalkeeper Richardson and into the back of the net, and suddenly, despite all the Fylde dominance, there's only 1 goal in the game.
Now we do have a game. It's game on. 3-2. Good play. Frankham down his left-hand side. Good ball across the box. He's got a lot to do. Shifts it onto his left. Josh Taylor goes through bodies. Richardson can't get a strong enough hand to it. And somehow it squirms its way into the net. It's a good play from Josh Taylor.
It would be similar for Wanderers if they were to get a point at 3-3 here. Shooting chance for George Frankham. Mark White is telling him to shoot from the touchline. I don't think he'll need a second invitation, Frankham. 5 men in the AFC Fylde wall. But here's Frankham over the top and onto the crossbar and in! Dorking Wanderers are level, and James McShane has got the equaliser. An incredible comeback from Dorking. Fylde absolutely devastated, but Dorking delighted to have a share of the points with only 10 minutes left in normal time.
Well, you can't say since they scored the second that it's not been coming. They've been absolutely brilliant this last 15 minutes, and they've deserved that. It's a brilliant free kick from George Frankham, up and over the wall, all sorts of dip on it, hits the crossbar. But there's James McShane, as all good forwards do, follows in, and he's got an open goal to head it into. And now we do have a grandstand finish. And the momentum is certainly now with Dorking Wanderers.
We said it would be a test of nerve for... It's going to leave it for Taylor, I think. Chris Beech thinks that the ball has been moved. Frankham is going to be allowed to take it. He's complaining about the player 10 yards away. There's the Frankham delivery. Sam Graham there, and there is the final whistle. The points are shared between Fylde and Dorking Wanderers. Mark White's team pulling off a remarkable comeback, 3-1 down with all sorts of injury problems and fitness concerns, but somehow bringing it back to 3-3. Goals from Taylor and McShane, giving Wanderers a share of the points after Harrison Mayo, the goalkeeper, kept them in this contest. A thoroughly entertaining game at Mill Farm. It finishes Fylde 3, Dorking Wanderers 3.